Good evening. Welcome to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. Tonight's topic is going to be another classic. I'm going to talk about empty calories. So the name of this video is Empty Calories Can Help Pile on the Pounds. Empty calories can help pile on the pounds. Now, first, what do I mean by an empty calorie? Well, the American Heritage College Dictionary defines empty as holding or containing absolutely nothing. And for all those calories that are added to your diet, they bring along almost nothing else for your body. Very little vitamins or minerals, very little fiber or phytochemicals. Basically, there are two culprits that are in our diets. And when we talk about empty calories, these two will always appear. They're almost like your computer. If you don't take care of your computer, you're going to get that malware in your spyware. Same thing when it comes to dieting. When we deal with calories, we talk about these two items as hidden calories. That's anything with lots of sugar or other sweeteners. For instance, you need an example, I'm going to give it to you right now. Hostess Twinkies, cookies, donuts. They contain a lot of sugar. Anything with other sweeteners. Let's talk about some of those Hawaiian Punch singles. I'm guilty of drinking them also. They contain aspartame. That's an artificial sweetener. Anything with lots of fat and oil. I have two right off the top of my head that I'm going to tell you about. Talk about potato chips and French fries. Been guilty of eating these myself. Love them. Doritos. Those two will definitely raise your sodium content, and it will also raise your sugar content. Now, when we deal with the first culprit, and I'm talking about anything with lots of sugar, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Americans are eating more sugar than ever before. Researchers from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill determined that, on average, Americans are consuming 83 more calories per day from caloric sweeteners than they did 40 years ago, back in 1977. And those extra 83 calories a day turn into a whopping 2,490 calories per month. To what items do we point our finger as the primary concern for these extra calories? Shockingly, it's not even food we eat. These added calories come from mainly soft drinks and fruit drinks. The latest from the United States Department of Continuing Survey of Food Intakes by Individuals lists the top 5 food categories that contribute the added sugar to women's diets. Well, these are all very popular when we deal with food. In the Midwest, they call it pop. In the East, they call it soda. Soda and sweetened beverages, mostly carbonated soft drinks, but also include fruit drinks and aids and bottled iced teas. Your second, cookies, cakes, pastries, and pies. Third, sugar or sugar substitute blends such as syrups, honey, molasses, and sweet toppings. Fourth is candy. Fifth, frozen milk desserts. And guess what that includes? Ice cream and frozen yogurts. So besides staying away from soda, be sure to watch for sneaky sugar calories from these items. Now, there are other sweetened drinks, lemonades, Sport drinks, fruit drinks, all have that high fructose syrup. That's sugar. Did you catch that? That's sugar. Fancy coffee and tea drinks, hot or cold. Some of your cappuccinos, particularly if you go to a gas station, you get powdered cappuccino. There's a lot of sugar in that cappuccino. These can be loaded with sugar calories. A 9.5 ounce bottled coffee drink contains around 190 calories and almost 8 teaspoons of sugar. Snack cakes, pastries, and breakfast cereal bars. We're talking about toaster pastries, granola bars, and breakfast bars. They fall into this category. One little toaster pastry has around 200 calories and almost 5 teaspoons of sugar. A 4-ounce supermarket blueberry muffin can contain about 420 calories and more than 8 teaspoons of sugar. Now we get into sweetened hot and cold cereals. Now be sure to check out the labels before you buy any breakfast cereals because they list the grams of sugar per serving. A packet of flavored instant oatmeal contains around 150 calories and 4 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar is usually the second ingredient in the ingredient list that is listed. That's right. Sugar is usually the second ingredient listed in the ingredient list. And you got to get to the condiments. A lot of us love using some salt, pepper, pancakes. Well, we use pancake syrup. And even ketchup can add on the sugar calories if you are heavy-handed. 1/4 cup serving of pancake syrup has about 210 calories and 10 teaspoons of sugar, and 1/4 cup of ketchup contains around 60 calories and 4 teaspoons of sugar. Now, your next culprit that you must be aware of. I want to talk about anything that deals with fats and oils. Although some fats and oils contain vitamins and important fatty acids, such as omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats, foods loaded with fats and oils are often empty calorie culprits. This is particularly true when the food is full of trans fats and saturated fats. And I'm talking about deep fried French fries, potato chips, popcorn chicken that has more fried crumb topping than chicken, and high-fat crackers made with white flour are all examples. Since I'm talking about empty calories, it's important to note that the gram for gram fat has more than 2 times the calories of carbs or protein. In other words, a gram of fat is around 9 calories, while a gram of protein or carbohydrates has 4 calories. When foods have a lot of fats and oils added, the calories will go through the roof. That's right. Foods that have lots of added fats and oils will definitely put on the calories. And once the calories are adding up, your pounds add up. So one of the biggest fat traps is fast food. That's mainly because so many fast food items such as French fries, onion rings, taco shells, chicken strips, and fish fillets dressed in high-fat sauces such as mayonnaise are either deep fried or garnished with fatty meats such as bacon or sausage. A new survey from the Agricultural Research Service and Harvard University found a link between fast food consumption by kids in the United States and increased calories and poor nutrition. Children who ate fast food on the 2-day survey that they took, they added more calories. More calories per gram of food and more total saturated fat than children who didn't even eat fast food. The fast food eaters also took in more added sugars and sugar-sweetened beverages and less milk, fiber, and fruit. Even children who ate fast food on just one of those 2 days showed similar dietary problems on the day they ate fast foods. So here are my top 5 empty calorie foods. Number 1, just mentioned it, fast food. Swearing off fast food isn't the only answer. We can make better choices at fast food chains, such as ordering charbroiled chicken, sandwiches, let the mayonnaise go, bean burritos, and pizza with extra tomato sauce and vegetable toppings. And we can eat fast food less often, maybe once a week instead of every day. This is why everybody should learn how to cook, because you control the ingredients you put in your food. Talk about mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is basically made up of 3 ingredients: vegetable oil, egg yolks, and vinegar. It's not the vinegar that I worry about because I drink apple cider vinegar twice a day. Mayonnaise makes the list because it's loaded with calories and fat grams. Many people slather around 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise or mayonnaise-based sauces on their sandwich. That adds up to 198 calories and 22 grams of fat. Now, if you put those together and you've heard this video, you're going to understand why I'm telling you that these empty calories add up to pounds. Let's talk about chips and microwave popcorn. And I've been guilty of eating microwave popcorn with extra butter. Well, although the potato and corn kernels that go into making these popular snack items have some nutritional value, once you coat them with partially hydrogenated oil, that's right, that's hydrogenated oil, they top the charts in calories and fat grams. A 2-ounce bag of potato chips contains around 303 calories and 20 grams of fat. A bag of microwave popping corn, not the light kind, but I'm talking about the kind that you want to add extra butter, totals 435 calories and 25 grams of fat. Now, when I'm talking about fat, I'm talking about saturated fat, not monosaturated fat or polysaturated fat. That's the good fat. Let's talk about some crackers. Crackers seem like they would be a good snack choice, but if you look at the ingredients on the label, they're usually just white flour with, again, partially hydrogenated fat, neither of which does much for the nutritional value of your diet. Calories can add up quickly here. Also, now, a 2-ounce serving of Ritz Bits, for example, that totals 302 calories and 17 grams of fat, while the same size serving of cheese crackers comes around to about 285 calories and 14 grams of fats. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, when you eat crackers, for the most part, will have bleached flour or processed flour. And the processed flour, that's where you get your bad carbs as well. And that could lead to a high sugar content as well. People don't know that. That's why you look at bread, it has a lot of enriched flour, white bread. So if you're going to eat crackers, go ahead and eat crackers such as Triscuits. They're very good. Here's another one that's probably going to be a surprise, but maybe not. If you go grocery shopping like I do, you walk down the freezer aisle and you'll find scores of packaged savory snacks just waiting to be popped into the microwave. A lot of you moms out there feed your kids these, and I'm talking about Hot Pockets, pizza rolls, egg rolls, and etc. Trouble is that these are full of partially hydrogenated oils and fats. Just one pepperoni pizza pocket totals around 510 calories and 26 grams of fat. Now, let me stop there for 1 minute. When you say 510 grams or calories, now, if anybody doesn't know what a calorie is, it's a unit of energy. Well, 510 calories is about a quarter of the 2,000 calorie diet that you need per day just for one Hot Pocket. It's a lot of calories. So if you want something different, try utilizing a grilled chicken wrap with lettuce and tomato. And instead of using any type of dressing, because you have to include salad dressing in there as well, because that is made of oil. Ranch dressing is made of, it's got some sugar, it's got some dairy products in it. The reason why these empty calories are where they are because they're basically condiments that we put on food to make them taste better. So, what can you use instead of all of these condiments? Well, when it comes to popcorn, and I like popcorn, you can go buy air popcorn that doesn't have the sugar. And make sure you read the label. And this is what individuals don't understand. There may be some labels on foods, like if you've had smoothies by the Naked Company, Naked. Well, let me tell you, on the front of that label, it says that there are no sugars added, right? You see, if you don't read the label, you would not have known that. But when you turn that label around and read it, you'll find that there is 28 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. So be cognizant of all of the food labels that you are reading. Like I said, I'll post some information up and give you a diet plan that I created. I'll put that in my email. I'll put it under one of these videos. But one must understand, in order to be healthy, we have to change the way we eat. Now, don't get me wrong. You can eat potato chips. You can eat popcorn. Because when it comes to dieting in the first place, weight is hereditary. Okay? One must understand, just like some of these diseases are hereditary. That's why you have to go back in your family tree and find out what some of your relatives passed from. And I guarantee in the black community, it's going to be some heart disease and some diabetes because we eat a lot of foods that contain saturated fats and sugars. And some of our grandmothers, believe it or not, ate lard. And that was definitely fat. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you my summary. So, here's my summary on empty calorie foods that we love very much. When it comes to empty calorie foods, again, I've already explained it, it's about moderation. A little fine, a lot can get you into a calorie overload. That's right, you will put on the calories. You can have your cake and eat it too, as long as the piece of cake is petite. And choosing empty calorie foods instead of nutrient-rich ones is the exception rather than the rule. So remember, when you diet smart. You have to know how to diet. So here's where you need to get your foods from. You get them from 5 food groups. First, it's your grains. Now, what are grains? Well, they're like your wheat, your oats, your nuts, your long grain rice, and that's brown rice. Then you have your fruits, pears, apples, bananas, and you have your dairies, like your cottage cheese, your Swiss cheese, your milk. You want to go to non-fat milk or maybe 1%. And also yogurt. You can go to light yogurt. Then you have your vegetables, your collard greens, your potatoes. Now, potatoes and corn and peas are lentils. They're starchy vegetables. Corn is a starchy vegetable. Potato is a starchy vegetable. You know the skin on the potato has the most protein. Then you have some GMOs, which are your genetically engineered vegetables like broccoli, which is good for you, and you have cabbage. You want to cook your cabbage and broccoli to where it's crunchy, because once it gets mushy, what happens? You've already wasted your time because you cook all the nutrients out. So Moving on to the fifth order of business. Talk about proteins. That's where all your meats. You need to eat lean meats. If you're going to eat red meat is basically the hardest to digest. So make sure that you get at least 93.7. What I mean by 93.7, 7% fat, 93% lean meat. And if you want to go even more lean, start with poultry, chicken, and turkey. And eat fish as well. And you can eat seafood like shrimp. Those meats are good for you. So let me go over the 5 food groups again. You have your grains, you have your fruits, your vegetables, your dairy, and your meats and proteins. What I didn't mention, they're not even in the food group, but they add to the calories, and I'm talking about your empty calories. That's when we get into all of your condiments like your syrups, your chips, your Twinkies, a lot of your fast foods. Remember, empty calories are high in sugar and high in fat. When it comes to fat, you don't need saturated fat. You need monosaturated fat and polysaturated fat. When you need sugars, and be careful as well when you go out and buy some of these sweeteners. Because remember, if you see anything that ends with an OSE like sucrose, that's sugar. Fructose, that's sugar. Remember that. A number of us think that we go out, we're getting something healthy. You're fooled. You read the label. If you listen to this video, you understand everything that I have put to the forefront. You can have a healthier life because you have a lot of these food companies out here who are just stuffing their foods with preservatives. And some of these preservatives are causing the obesity rate and are also causing changes in moods and attitudes as well because, again, a lot of us are eating more and more and more sugar. So what I'm telling everybody to do is be aware of the high sugar and a high fat content. Because at the end of the day, you will alleviate future diseases such as diabetes, clogged arteries, which lead to heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. And forgot to tell you also, salt, which that's sodium, NaCl, sodium chloride. You need 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. Well, oodles and noodles have nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium by themselves. Not good. And some of the poor people, particularly who live in the poor neighborhoods, they're feeding children the fast food, the oodles and noodles, the hot dogs, and they're not aware of the content in these foods. And this is why you see a lot of kids today who are out of shape and hyper because they too are eating what we call junk. And junk involves a lot of fats and sugars. So be health conscious, be smart, and you'll live a lot longer. And believe it or not, you'll stay active. Being health conscious takes commitment. Being lazy about your health takes no commitment. That's why it's called being lazy. Lazy people suffer. People who work hard and commit, they're successful. Remember this about your body. You got one body. While you're here, take care of it. Because you are important. Just like I'm important. So get a good diet. Stay away from the empty calories. Because they're empty because they make your food taste good, but they raise the amount of fat calories. That's right, fat calories. It's at the end of the day. Work smart, not hard. And that's my commentary for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show for this evening, Hump Day, Wednesday, April 26th, 2017. You can tune into the 401 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Guest call-in number is 215-383-5785. If you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. Now, on this channel, I don't debate, I don't get into controversial issues, nor do I get into emotional issues. Also, I don't participate in drama or unnecessary bickering. It's counterproductive. This channel is for educational purposes only because I'm a pragmatist. I'm giving you the information so you can apply it to the real world, which, in essence, once you understand the concepts, you'll know how to survive the challenges that the real world will throw at you. And believe me, they will throw the curveballs at you. But with my commentary and your listening skills, you won't have any problem. Because the real world will be your best friend and you will succeed. But you got to be coachable, not emotional. But also I want to tell you that the information that I'm presenting you is realistic but positive, because knowledge is power. And if you have a business or a topic that you would like for me to discuss on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, please email me at lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, or if you'd like to comment, please leave your comment in the comment section under the video. But make sure that your comments are pithy, no bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering if you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other and have a wonderful and blessed night. Good night.